Next up is my wheel set, and I'm going to unbox what I got from my wheel set. Just want to stress here again that this is the most important part of any bike build. People used to think that weight in your wheels was the most important type of weight because of the rotational forces, trying to get that rotational weight up to speed. It's been proven otherwise that when you actually get the wheels up to speed, they have more kinetic energy in them, so you're able to stay at speed easier. So one kind of balances the other. Now, that being said, I know we've upgraded to light wheels before, and it just improves the quality of the ride, I think. Even easier for steering, and maybe it's just the fact that it made my bike lighter in general. So, and not just a rotational weight, but as I say, and the biggest reason I wanted to build my own wheel set was because I wanted carbon rims, and I couldn't afford carbon rims. They were crazy money, and still are, set you back over $1,000. So what I done was I tried to go to AliExpress again, and I put in an order for two carbon rims at something like less than 150 bucks. What happened then is COVID happened, and they couldn't be delivered, so that'll have to wait. I did come across a good deal on a good set of aluminium rims, which I'll speak about soon. So the first thing I had to decide when building my wheels was what size I wanted them. And there's obviously your traditional 700C, but now 650B or 27.5, whatever you want to call it, is becoming quite popular, especially if you want to do a bit more off-road. Took me a while of searching the web and seeing how much slower you'd be with the 27.5, but at the end of the day, I'm going to stick with the 700C for now. I'd say I may build other wheels in the future, which I'll let you know if I do. I think it'd be too much of a jump for me. I'm used to riding maybe 700 by 28, 700 by 30. It'd be too much of a jump for me to go for 650B by 40. Although comfortable, I don't think it'll be fast enough for me. So I'm going to stick with a 700C. So then I just had to see how wide do I want to go. With this Fairlight I can go as wide as I wanted. Again, after a lot of searching, I went with WTBs. To tell you the truth, I should have went with the WTB byways, but they were 40mm wide. Again, it's a big jump up, so I went with the WTB exposures. I thought there was more thread on them, but they're not. There's no thread on them. So just open them up and have a look. As you can obviously see, they're folding bead and tubeless. Yeah, I've been looking at them in the case there, which look quite wide, but so you've got a nice centre line down the middle where that I think will sit up when the tyre's pumped. This should give me good speed. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to trying now. Tell you the truth now. Especially tubeless. Tubeless on a road bike. What's the work? And obviously just for them, the tyres, I could have got a tan wall if I wanted. Yeah, a bit too flat for me. So let's stick with the black and see what that looks like. Now I'm on to rim selection, and the whole reason for me building my own wheel set instead of buying my own was cost. I wanted a carbon rim, and I didn't have the money to pay for a wheel set as a carbon wheel set. So I was going to get a carbon wheel set from China, bought direct from AliExpress, but what happened was COVID happened, and basically the guys went out of business. Couldn't find another brand on AliExpress. Well, there were, but just didn't give me as much confidence as the first guy. So I decided just to wait. Your man reckons next year he'll be back in business. So I decided to wait and just get a set of aluminium rims now, and to tie me over, as they say. Don't get me wrong, they are a very good set of aluminium rims, but they're not really what I wanted. So I had to actually have my spoke count decided before I got the rims. Obviously I had to know how many holes I wanted in the rim. So I'm going to go 32 holes spoke, front and back. This should make for a bump-proof set of wheels. Even if a spoke does go on me, it shouldn't really affect me too much. So the rims that I got are the notubes ZTR Grail Mark III, 32 hole. So here they are. I don't have that back in my chair, so these came from Bike Components by DE, some German credit, and it's a really good components, lots of actually great selection of everything, and really good prices. So I don't know if they ship to America or anything, but check them out. Oh God, this is very nice. Really, really fancy. It's got a 20mm internal width, which will allow me to ride everything from a 28C to I think it was a 60C. Balloons more like. It has 32 holes, kind of glossy finish, which I didn't really want, but it's still nice. I like it. As you can see, the clinch there has got tubeless ready clinchers. I like the way we have the same side here. We have the stickers 1 to 3. So grail. We've got no stands here. Stands, no tubes. Logo here. And then here is where is the valve. That means I can put the logo of my tire here. Not only would that look well, it's also great for when you get a puncture. It's easy to locate the valve. Now, you may think, geez, just look for the valve. When you're in the middle of the night and tired, it can be quite hard to find their friends. Sometimes drive you nuts, not being able to find the bloody things. Next up is the hub selection. And again, it's had to be 32 hole hubs and allowed for the width of the hubs as well. And also allowed for these type of screws, so there's 12mm screws front and back. So once you get that narrowed down, you probably don't have much selection. When I did go for, I was down based on cost and reliability. So for the back, I went for actually a mountain bike for 2 reasons. One, the durability, and secondly, I just love the sound of it. And also make sure the braking style you use, if you're using disc brakes, make sure it also is able to take disc brake, and that I'm going to use center lock rotors. So obviously that's what that spline's there to take up the center lock, and I just love that noise. I had set these on one of my mountain bikes before, and I just think it's really nice. It's not too loud, but it just gives that nice tick. Lets you know you're freewheeling. Get that up. So that's that. Back. I'll put these up here. The wheels. And for the front. Oh. We have Shimano again. Again, center lock. It's the 105. Shimano 105 hub. Very reasonable price. I can't remember now, but I remember when I was buying it thinking, gosh, that's cheap. So again, 12mm through axle, 100mm wide for my forks, 32 holes for the spokes. speaking of spokes, that was what I was waiting for to start this whole thing. Came in yesterday. So I went through how to calculate the length of the spokes and how important it is to have to be bang on. There are, if you just Google spoke calculators, there's plenty of them out there. Once you get your right length, you go to Google then a website that sells them and choose the amount you want. Always get at least one more than you need just in case something happens. Shouldn't, just you never know. I went for black. There's two different sizes here because just the way it worked out, I was lucky. Where on both wheels it was the same length on both one side, and on the other side it was the same length on the other side. So just lucky that way. You could have to get 4 different lengths depending on your hubs and the size of your rim. These came with brass nipples. Now, it's a tiny bit heavier. Not too worried about it. I think there's a lot more weight to lose here. So the brass nipples will give me much more reliability over time. I think aluminium are fine, but I think for a type of bike that I'm building where I want it to last me years and go for thousands of kilometers, I don't want to be. I want to make sure I'm taking all the precautions that I can to make sure the bike just keeps going. And nipples are just to a point in the bike where you just, if it starts to fail, you can have the best bike in the world. You can have the best bike in the world, but if your nipples start to fail, you're not going anywhere. And when I get it put together, I'm going to need tape just to block the holes of where the spokes go in and just to make it airtight, so obviously I can go tubeless. So we got this is just a generic brand I got off bike.components.de. So yeah, I hope that works. Obviously with no tubes I'm going to need valves, so again it's just from the same place, just 2 valves there, 2 rightly. And that is it for my wheel set. Can't wait to put that together. I'm going to make another video on that, so stay tuned.